Good morning, FlossTube. I'm Mel of Hope Stitches. Today is Saturday, August 21st, 2021, and this is FlossTube number 1. If you are here with me, thank you. I don't know if anyone will come and watch this channel, but I figured it was time for me to give back to the FlossTube community because I've been enjoying tons and tons of FlossTubes over the past year and a half. Have been enabled in many ways to purchase things from places I never knew existed. And just thank you. I am just flabbergasted with the level of talent and what I see done through this community. So thank you for being here. This is going to be a tiny FlossTube today, and in full confession, I'm great at buying things. I'm great at stitching some, making some progress. I finished some items and I fully finished just a few. I have one fully finished object to share with you today because all the rest have been gifted. I'm great at finishing things for others, but when it comes to me, I just put it in a pile and I'll get to it later. Part of that is because I want to try some different things that I see from Priscilla and Chelsea and from Helen D. And Love and Stitches has some great ideas, and I just buy the stuff and then I freeze. So I've got to work on that. This up here is my one fully finished item, which is an item from It's So Emma, and I did this when the pandemic first began, and it's finished. It's a little crooked in there, but it works. So I started cross-stitching years ago when I was 7 years old. I grew up on the East Coast, and we were at Old Sturbridge Village in Sturbridge, Massachusetts, and I was in the gift shop, and I was awed by some samplers they had available for sale, and they were the stamped cross-stitch, and my mom got me one, and I went home, and I feverishly taught myself how to cross-stitch and enjoyed it, and that was the opening to the world of crafts for me. My aunt embroidered and did a lot of crafting, so when I would visit her, she would give me some kits, because that was back in the land that you could only get kits. And so I learned to do some things through her. I got into latch, hook, I did ceramics, I did stenciling. Basically, if it was out there in a kit, I tried it. Got away from it a bit when I was in high school, went back into some stitching when I was in college, and then when I graduated from college, went into sewing a little bit, continued with some cross stitch. Then life got busy. I was raising kids, and so that became life. And then scrapbooking and stamping became my life with my kids because I had all these pictures and wanted to create memories and books and all of that. I got back into cross stitch during the pandemic. I kind of just fell upon FlossTube one day, and I began quilting about 5 years ago. And I'm a novice quilter, but I love it. And so I think through Fat Quartershop, they were starting their FlossTube, and so that's kind of how I went down the FlossTube trail. And I love it. My world just went boing with all that is available and out there. And thank you to all of you. I love watching what folks do, and it has really put a spark in me to cross stitch. It is a stress release for me, and it's just fun. I love watching color come to life on the art we create. So as I said, this up here, my only fully finished object I have at home. I've got lots of things to finish with. I just haven't taken the time to do it. I've kind of frozen, but I'm going to get better at that. So maybe this FlossTube will help me hold myself accountable. So a couple of items that I have finished and have at home with me right now are Bunny Bakery from Stitching with the Housewives. They have such cute things. So I did finish stitching this. I used all of the called for colors, the classic Colorworks, I believe is what was used with that. And I did this on 14 count Ada by Province. It's Province is the Color by Fabric Flair. I had belonged to the Fat Quartershop Fabric Flair Club for a little bit, and just to gain some things in my stash, and that is where I got the Providence Dyed Effect cloth from. I also had joined Stitch Quarterly for a while when they first started, and I got Hey Pumpkin from that, and I did stitch that up on the 10 count burlap Lori Holt. I'm having a hard time with my camera, as you can tell, because I'm not used to this, but there we go. And I stitched that up, and I simply love it. So I'm looking forward to fully finishing that for this fall. And then last summer, we were on a little bit of a road trip, and I fell in love with this Gingerbread House pattern from Madame Chantilly. I love her patterns. They're just, there's a daintiness to them that is just inspiring to me. And I did this on 16 count Aida. It was Country Vintage Mocha. And I did it in all the called for colors, and I'm looking forward to finishing that one as well. So I've got to get on this finishing. I also have stitched up, I don't have it with me, but in a future floss tube I can put it in. I stitched up this cactus pattern from Madame Chantilly for a friend, and it was a lot of fun to stitch. So hopefully I can put a picture in a future floss tube. I'll have to figure out how to do that. Right now I am working on a billion whips, honestly, a billion, but some I haven't worked on in a while. So I'm just going to share the couple that I've been doing recently. So I have been working on Flea Market flowers from Lori Holt and It's So Emma. This is my progress so far. And I am doing this on 14 count gray gingham from Fabric Flair. I absolutely am loving this pattern. It's very intricate, so I'm finding I really have to pay attention to my counting because there's a lot of switch ups in it, and it's just beautiful. I love all the variation of color. And more recently, because autumn is coming, I have repicked up my Autumn Avenue by Little Stitch Girl, and I am working on that and making some great progress. I'm hoping to finish this up within the next week or so, and I am using all of the Gentle Artworks colors that are called for, and I'm loving the variegation in the threads. It's a lot of fun. So those are the two I've been working on most consistently recently. I've got some Lizzie Kates and some others, but I haven't touched them in a while, so I'll share those in a future floss tube with you. I recently learned of Annabella's Etsy, and so of course I had to go visit Annabella's Etsy and purchase a few things because I've been having a hankering to start some stitching about bumblebees. So I've picked up a couple Primrose Cottage stitches from her. I got this one, Summer Wishes and Bumblebee Kisses, and Helen D has inspired me to want to do some pillows, some little pillows, and I thought, well, this one will be a cute little pillow. In fact, in the picture, it's a pillow. And then this one is also one, Kind Words Are Like Honey, Sweet to the Soul. So another one that'll be really cute as a pillow as it is in this picture. So I'm excited to stitch up those. And I also picked up Here Comes the Sun, which is a Shannon Christine design. And I may not get to this till next summer, but I just loved the colors in it, and I thought it would be fun. And I saw, I think it was yesterday, that Shannon Christine is opening up her Christmas ornament club for this year. So if you go to Shannon Christine Designs, you can get into her ornament club for the year. It's going to start in September, and I think we get 8 patterns total, and there's a snowman theme to it this year. 2 a month, September through December, and there's a little bit of a discount if you're in the club. So I'm excited to try that as well. And I also picked up another Stitching with the Housewives pattern. They have so many that come out, and I have so many in my my to-do stack. I'm trying to be a little selective, but they're all jarred up series, looked so cute. And Hello My Pretties looked like a great Halloween stitch, so I picked this up. In fact, Quartershop has it in a bundle, so I did get the pattern and the classic Colorworks thread set, as well as the 14 count chalkboard Aida, because I am pretty much a Aida stitcher. I have purchased some linen to try. I just haven't gotten brave enough to try it yet. I think I am afraid that once I try it, I'm going to go down another whole rabbit hole, which I might, but if I like it, right, it's worth it. I also belong to a couple floss clubs, so I'm in the Floss Frenzy Club from Fat Quartershop, and for the month of July, we got some beautiful grays. So these are the grays we got, and this is the color chart that came with them. So we got Spanish Moss, Galvanized Gray, Palomino, Pelican Gray, and Flatfish. So I'm excited to use these colors. And I love the way we get a color key so that even after I use them, I'll have that to know what I had. And yesterday, I love when I get Happy Mail. I got my Color and Cotton thread of the month. So I am in their 10 pack club. So I got Ice Gray, I got Celestine, Deep Blue, Snow Cone, Ruby, which has some fantastic variegation in it. I don't know if you can see all the variegation, but I'm excited to use that in some Christmas stitching. Coffee Bean, Abyss, which again has some, I don't think I'm going to get the, I guess you can get a little of the variegation in there, but it's such a deep blue-green, and there's some really pretty variegation. Spring Moss, Bumblebee, and Tomato. So some great colors to add to my floss stash, which I'm totally excited about. That, my friends, is all I have for you today. Like I said, a little mini floss tube to get me started. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you have any ideas for how I should finish my stitching that I need to fully finish, please feel free to leave a comment on that. I'm hoping that when I come back to you at some point, I will have some more fully finished items and we'll have some more stitching to share with you. I hope that you all have a fantastic day, and if you were here with me, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate this FlossTube community, and I wish you all well.